Good morning, this is Rashad Mitchell comes to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on my part series. The week that was college football history review, 1971 college football season for week 4, October 2nd, 1971. Start with Penn State, the number 9 team in the country. They beat Air Force 16-14 in need of last second 22-yard field goal. Penn State coach Joe Paterno could not have been too confident when he sent in kicker Alberto Vitello good on only 1 for 5 field goals on season and 1 of 2 extra points in this game. Neapolitan soccer's contribution to college football came through and Nittany Lions averted the upset. Air Force had taken a 14-13 lead in the third quarter on a 19-yard touchdown pass that was lobbed from quarterback Rich Haney to 6'5" tight end Paul Bassett, who outjumped shorter defenders. Haney threw for 194 yards and 2 touchdowns, but was picked off 6 times, with 2 interceptions coming in closing moments. Halfback Lydell Mitchell gained 91 yards rushing and tied in a touchdown for Nittany Lions 1 week after he torched Iowa for 211 yards. Army defeated Missouri 22-6. Breakup Cadets hero and upset win was sophomore quarterback Jay Kingsley King Fink, who came off the bench to throw 3 second-half touchdown passes to spark Army. Cadets also rushed for 212 yards. After taking 6-3 lead on a 56-yard touchdown run by quarterback Chuck Roper, Missouri made things easy for Army with 7 turnovers as sloppy play negated productive output of 380 yards on offense. Now, the Black Knights linebackers Gary Topping had 12 tackles, 2 phone recoveries for home team, with second recovery setting up Fink's swinging past the tight end Dave Sanders. Wake Forest beat Maryland by a score of 18-14. Surprising Demon Deacons erased 14-0 downside with 11 points in the fourth quarter. Wake Forest employed run attack for 222 yards in the second half and made 4 interceptions of Terrapins quarterback Al Neville, including paired by defensive backs Frank Fussell and Steve Bowden at 7 and 15-yard lines in the fourth quarter. Neville had run 20 yards for the touchdown and thrown 12 yards to wide receiver Don Bungori for touchdown for 14-0 lead in the first half. Wake centered its second half offense of running backs Gary Johnson had 130 yards rushing, and Larry Hopkins had 125 yards rushing. North Carolina, the number 20 team in the country, beat North Carolina State 27-7. Tar Heels jumped to 20-0 halftime on this edge as tailback Ike Oglesby, 83 yards rushing on 21 carries, scored twice, but he spent whole second half on the sideline with leg cramps. So it was left to North Carolina safety Richard Stilley to take on Yeoman Studi, a stuffing rally by North Carolina State. First, Stilley made saving tackle on Wolfpack wingback Mike Stolz after the 50-yard return of second half kickoff. After the NC State sophomore fullback Charlie Young racked up 36-yard touchdown run to Marrow, margin to 27. Stilley made fourth down stop inches from his goal line as Wolfpack wide receiver Steve Lester caught pass that every NC State fan thought was touchdown at end of 79-yard drive. Hills kept ball for 32 plays of fourth quarter and had tight end Johnny Cowells diving 11-yard touchdown catch. Second scoring toss of game for quarterback Paul Miller. Alabama, the number 17 in the country, beat Mississippi by a score of 40-6 in Birmingham. So undefeated, untested Mississippi failed miserably against Alabama, allowing 531 yards rushing, 504 yards more than last year's tilt. Crimson Tide halfback Johnny Musso had 193 yards rushing on and a touchdown and 22 carries, was beneficiary of blocks that was laid out by likes of guard John Hanna. Ole Miss was close early, tying game 6-6 late in the second quarter as quarterback Kenny Lyons connected with fullback Gene Allen on a 48-yard touchdown pass. Now trailing 13-6, entering the third quarter, the Rebels marched to mid-Bama 18-yard line, only to miss field goal. From then on, it was all about the Crimson Tide of Alabama. Next, Toledo beat Ohio University 31-28, safeguarding the nation's longest winning streak at 27 games. Toledo killed last 4 minutes of the clock to hold off late charge by Ohio. Bobcats scored first on 5-yard run by halfback Chuck Gary, who would duplicate effort at end of 2-touchdown comeback in the fourth quarter when Rockets quarterback Chuck Ely threw his second touchdown pass to wide receiver John Fair in the third quarter. Toledo lifted its lead to 24-14. The clinching score came when tailback Joe Schwartz banged up the middle and raced 80 yards to touchdown in the fourth quarter. Next, Oklahoma, the number 8 team in the country, beat number 17 Southern California by a score of 33-20. Halfback Greg Pruitt, who had 206 yards on 16 carries, 3 touchdowns, fit prototype of the great Southern California tailbacks, but sadly for USC coach John McKay, Pruitt gained his ground for Oklahoma. Quarterback Jack Mildren rushed for 102 yards in the touchdown at helm of an offense that totaled up 516 yards on the ground. The Trojans made 402 yards in their own right as fullback Sam Cunningham's 123 yards rushing sparked attack. USC converted 2 fumbles by Sooners fullback Leon Crosswright into first half touchdowns, but still trailed 19-14 at halftime as Pruitt scored twice. Pruitt then went 75 yards to pay dirt midway through the third quarter before interception deep in the Sooner territory was turned into additional score on a 72-yard touchdown drive, capped by Mildren's 11-yard keeper. Texas Tech defeated Arizona 13-10. Finally, Duke, number 19 team in the country, beat number 10 Stanford 9-6. Duke coach Mike McGee used prevent defense to limit damage inflicted by Stanford quarterback Don Bunce. Bunce, who was rashly predicted unbeaten tribe would score 6 touchdowns to none for Duke, sparked 362 yards of offense that even threw pass for touchdown. Unfortunately, that touchdown went to Duke cornerback Ernie Jackson, who scored on a 54-yard interception return early in the first quarter to launch the upset. Now, Indians' cause also was damaged by 3 lost fumbles and 3 missed field goals. Without fullback Steve Jones, the nation's second leading rusher, who was injured in a car crash 5 days before the game, Blue Devils managed only 139 yards of offense but led 6-0 at halftime despite attaining only a single first down in game's opening 30 minutes. So that concludes look at the week that was college football history review, the 1971 college football season, week 4 for October 2nd, 1971. Let's get the October 4th AP poll. Nebraska was number 1, number 2 Michigan, 3 was Texas, 4 was Auburn, 5 was Colorado. The rest of the top 10 rounded out as this: Alabama number 6, 7 was Notre Dame, 8 Oklahoma, number 9 Penn State, 10 Georgia, 11 was Washington, Arizona State, 12 Tennessee, 13, 14 Duke, 15 Ohio State, 16 Louisiana State, 17 Arkansas, 18 North Carolina, 19 Stanford, and Toledo, number 20. So that concludes look at the moments in the games that were played for October 2nd, 1971, the week that was college football history review, the 1971 college football season for week 4, October 2nd, 1971. Please like and subscribe to the channel and comment on the channel. Do video smack 2 tomorrow. Till then, talk to you soon.